I'm R.
And I'm R.
And we're
R
and Rs.
Hi.
So today we're going to be doing the newest challenge, which is the Holo Taco Stay at Home Challenge, which of course hasn't really been a challenge since I'm stuck at home. Anyways,
We've been having so much fun coming up with concepts, and we love how this theme left a lot of room for interpretation.
yeah, I don't know about Rye, but I think I was really creative this week and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I had a lot of failed attempts with Garfield. I mean, so many failed attempts. But I think the end result was pretty good, and it showed how I assume most people are at home. Maybe not, I don't know. Just being surrounded by food, I mean, that's all you do. Anyways.
And my nails represented all my favorite things to do at home. I think we should just get right into the video. To start out this tutorial, we need to remove our old polish and add a base coat. Then you can just paint your nails in a light blue polish. Next, using all these colors and a dotting tool, we can just add each and make a little ice cream scoop by making a big dot and then 3 little dots on the bottom. Then you can add some white dots to the background. For the middle finger, also known as the pancake finger, I added 3 dots to guide me and then painted a rectangle over those dots. Then I formed a circle around that rectangle. Using a brush with some darker brown on it, I did a rough outline of the bottom of the pancake and then drew with the lighter brown on the bottom of that, then connecting the 2 pancakes. For the butter, I used my brightest yellow and I did a little dot in the middle of the top pancake. Then I squared it out with the brush and made a drizzle to the bottom. Using the same dark brown, I added some dots. Then, of course, I added some white dots to finish off the look. Moving on to the ring finger, this is going to be the pizza nail. So you can just see me using the same dark brown as before and drawing some crust outlines. From the crust, we can draw some yellow triangles and color them in for the pizza. Then we can add some red dots to finish off the pepperoni in our classic pizza. Finally, adding the white dots, we can move on to our pinky nail. This nail will be our lasagna nail, which I admit was a little hard to draw, but I ended up making squiggly lines of brown, yellow, red, and orange polish all across my pinky. And then adding the white dots, I was ready to move on to my last nail, which is my thumb. So for the thumb, the easiest way to draw Garfield's face was just using a Sharpie. I did apply a top coat just in case. First off, I did a sort of infinity shape or a bow shape with a break on the left bow. So you can see I did this rounded shape and then I did a upward curve inside of it. For the eyes, I just drew 2 ovals and then 2 lines inside of each of those with an eyeball sitting on the bottom of the line. For the mouth, I just drew 2 lines coming down from the little bow shape before and then later colored that in and made a little squiggle line to indicate his Kirby-like powers of eating food. So then I just drew the outline for the head and then added some details that weren't needed. Then I colored in all of the parts with the different colors of polish. So for the nose, obviously I chose a pink. Then I just spread out 2 big yellow dots in the bow shape. Then I just colored the whole outline with this bright orange, covering up all the lines that I will redo in black. Now I'm just coloring in the eyes with some white. Just re-add all those details, just making some lines, getting smaller on the side of his face, and then adding some black dots in the little bow. So I wanted the ears to be 3D, so what I did was I would draw one line like that for the ear, and then I would draw a second line right across to make it seem more 3D. Then I did the same thing for the other ear. Lastly, I added some final details inside the ears and on the background. And there you have it. The final look is finished. We have Garfield eating his food, and I was really pleased with this look. I had a lot of fun making it. Don't forget to check out our Instagram for more nail art. Let's get on to the next tutorial. For my stay-at-home nails, I decided to represent all the activities that I like to do at home on my nails. You're going to want to paint your pinky, your ring finger, and your middle finger the same green, and then paint your index finger pink and your thumb white. And then I gave all of them a second coat. My first nail is going to represent baking, which is something I've been doing a lot of lately. So I'm going to be making cookies on these nails, so all you have to do is make two circular-like shapes. They don't have to be perfect because cookies aren't always perfect circles. I also added little crumbs, but it didn't film, so here's a reenactment, and then we're going to wait for it to dry before we add the chocolate chips. The next nail is going to be puzzle pieces, so make sure that the green underneath is completely dry before placing two pieces of tape diagonal to each other like I'm showing here. I then filled in the not taped over sections with a pink nail polish. And make sure to take off the tape while the nail polish is still wet for the best effect. Next I took some green nail polish and went over the parts where the lines were a little bit jagged to make sure they're perfectly straight. The next part is where it actually starts looking like a puzzle. Take a big dotting tool dipped into pink and make a dot on each side of the lower pink square. Then take some green nail polish and put a dot sticking out of both green sections. This will give the effect that the pieces are interlocking so it actually looks like a puzzle. Now we're going to finish off the cookie by taking a small dotting tool dipped into black nail polish and making little dots on each cookie to make it look like chocolate chips. Now I skipped over to the pink nail, which we're going to be making a nail polish bottle. All you have to do is start off by making a black square on the nail. I did this using a brush dipped into black because I find it easier to control. Now I'm making the cap of the nail polish bottle, which I'm using the exact same brush dipped into black, and I'm making a solid black rectangle on top of the square. Next, I'm taking this beautiful hollow nail polish and filling in the bottle on my nail. All you have to do is take a brush and try to make it stay in the lines. You might want to put a second coat to make sure it's extra opaque. The next nail is representing dog walking, which is something I'm loving doing during quarantine. So all you have to do is take a dotting tool dipped into brown and make these sort of U-shaped or bean-shaped, I don't really know how to describe it, but make these little brown semi-circle things to represent the paws, and then you're going to take a smaller dotting tool also dipped into brown and make 4 little dots on top of each one to represent the little toes. For my final nail, aka my thumb, I'm going to be writing "Stay Home," but first we're going to be making a fun little design. So what I'm doing here is taking blobs of different colors that I've used on my other nails, and I'm going to end up smudging them all together. So here I have a plastic bag, which I always reuse my plastic bags, don't worry, and I'm just smudging it all together for a watercolor-like look. So that's a little technique. I can't remember where I saw it, but I decided to try it out today and it worked really well. Next, I took a clear top coat and I smudged it on. Usually when putting a top coat, I like to be careful, but this time I really dug it in there and smudged it so it could be a really cool effect. Next, once it's completely dry, I took a Sharpie and just wrote "Stay Home" in big capital letters across the nail with an exclamation point at the end. Alright guys, so that is the final look. I hope you all like it and maybe even try it out for yourselves. We hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. We know we had a lot of fun making this one.
Yes, and of course these pictures will always be available on our Instagram as well as other nail art designs.
Yeah, we hope everyone is doing well at home and is rocking some awesome nail designs. So don't forget to
stay cool,
stay cool
and safe.
and safe.